Hey everybody, it's Jeff. Welcome to another episode of Stay Rad Wine Blog TV. You know, probably about 3 years ago, I was looking at wine on the Wine Library website, and I signed up for their newsletter, and I'm sure a lot of you out there, if you're watching this, you probably know about Wine Library and you know, Gary Vaynerchuk and all that stuff. And I'm guessing a lot of you have probably signed up for that newsletter too. You pretty much get emails like 2-3 times a day about wine from them. And I've never bought wine from them before, but I got something in the email about like 3 months ago, and they were talking about a Bordeaux that they were selling, in 2009 Bordeaux, that got 90 points from, I'll post the name down below. It's one of the guys that works for Wine Advocate. And I've read a lot about the 2009 vintage of Bordeaux, and there's a lot of folks like James Suckling that are saying that, you know, this is the greatest vintage of all time. They're starting to put those types of qualifications on it. So I get this email from Wine Library for this $15 Chateau Haute Burrell Medoc. It's a Cru Bourgeois from 2009. So, you know, if you're not familiar with the Grand Cru classification system, it was developed in 1855 in France to kind of say, hey, these are the places where they're making the best wine, and they should be commanding the best prices, and they're ranked from Premier Cru all the way down to fifth growth. And a while back, a lot of the producers in France were saying, you know, although these guys are making good wine, the whole classification system seems a bit outdated since we're now in the 2000s, 2012, I can't believe it. And so they developed another thing, Cru Bourgeois, and it's basically, you know, other wines, 444 other wineries in France that weren't on the original classification system, but that people are also really stoked on, that they're making good wines. Neat thing about Cru Bourgeois is it comes at a nice discount. This was $15 for this bottle. And so I was thinking, you know, if I want to start really getting into 2009 Bordeaux's and understanding them, you know, let's start from the bottom and work our way up. So I bought 2 of these bottles. One of them I opened just now. I got it in the mail yesterday. And then the other one I'm just going to, you know, keep around and see how this one tastes and kind of figure out when I should open the next one up. But I'm really hoping more than anything else it's going to give me an introduction into 2009 Bordeaux's in general. So this one, it's from the Medoc, so this is going to be the left bank. So for you guys, that's this side? Yeah, left bank. Now, typically on the left bank, you're going to find predominantly Cabernet Sauvignon showing up. In this one, we're looking at 80% Merlot and 20% Cabernet Sauvignon. So it's a left bank wine that looks like they kind of put it together like a right bank wine. This one is rocking at 13% alcohol by volume. And again, it was 15 bucks from Wine Library in New Jersey. Wow, look at that color. So, you know, really, really dark, really purpley type of look in there. And looks just nice. Really good color. Let's get the nose in there. I'm getting like some big juicy berries, like I'm getting some blackberry, I'm getting some plum. Getting a little bit of bike tire. I'm also getting like I'm getting like some buttery baked pastry on that. I'm hoping that's coming across right for you guys. I am getting like there's some sense of oak there, of malolactic fermentation, but really on like the creamier side of things on the nose. It's actually a very pretty nose. You know, and there is a little bit of, you know, mushrooms in there as well. And I was going to say, in general, when I think about Bordeaux, when I think about old world wines, I think of stuff that's dirtier. I think of stuff that's earthier. And this one right here, you know, it almost has a little bit of a New World type of play on it. It's very much, you know, it does have that earthy, mushroomy nose that is indicative of the Old World, but some big fruit on there too. I'm really kind of excited to taste it. Let's see what happens here. And on the palate is where the old world characteristics are really coming up. You know, it's definitely earthy. There's definitely some soil, definitely some mushrooms in there. There is like some nice dark fruit. There's some nice plum going on there. A little bit of that blackberry as well. But it is really more earth driven than anything else. Excuse me. Let me get back in here. Try some more. You know, I am getting just a hint of some red apple in there as well. I'm also getting a little bit of some black olive in there, which is nice, which, you know, is something that you can look for when you've got stuff that's Merlot based or 100% Merlot. It really just a nice quality wine. There is like a nice firm acidity to it. It's not tart, but that acidity is there, and this is definitely, you know, this is not the collector Bordeaux that you'll be, you know, impressing multimillionaires with when you show it in your wine cave that you dug underneath your house. But I mean, this is definitely speaking of some really good quality at an amazingly inexpensive price compared to what you're seeing out of Bordeaux now. I mean, they really are just breaking records with the retail prices that they're starting with. I mean, you know, you could pay $15 for this, or you could pay, you know, $1,800 for a Chateau Lafite Rothschild. But you know, I tend to kind of you know, I like to save the ducats, and this is definitely a wine worth exploring. I'm not. You may want to go online and see if there's a more local retailer for you that you can go to, or I mean, if you do hit up Wine Library, I mean, this is definitely a deal worth exploring. The Chateau Haut Burrell Médoc 2009. As far as, you know, the other one that I've got sitting in my wine fridge right now, as I'm tasting this and as I'm thinking like how long that other one would last, you know, it's ready to drink right now. There definitely are some nice tannins on it. I mean, there really is some good structure to this wine. I would say maximum, maybe you'd hold on to it for 5 or 6 more years. I think probably in 1 or 2, I think it'll be showing its best. But it just nice quality juice. Score-wise, I guess I gotta go 89 plus. I mean, this is a really solid Bordeaux, and I'm hoping that this is speaking volumes to what's going to happen when you throw down a little bit more change for something just a little bit more up there. But quality juice. Hope everybody's doing well. I realize I say that a lot. It's a good transition to the end of the show. I got to come up with something new, though, so maybe help me out. Leave a comment down there. Let me know another way that I should segue to the end. But until then, I'll just keep going with the... Hope you guys are doing fine. You know, opening day for baseball today, even though it is one game, and I think the Giants don't even play for another 2 days. But, you know, it's good time. Spring is here, and summer is right around the corner. Hope to talk to you soon. Everybody, stay rad.